Hello Aquarius, welcome to Creators on the Crest. I'm Stephanie. Blazer the Morkie is out with other family members right now because it's a very busy time when I'm recording, so he may not be with us today, but I welcome you to your January monthly reading. Today I'll be pulling a card for your overall energy. We'll be doing the yummy, fun Celtic cross reading that allows us to get a little deeper into the Aquarian energies, and then we'll close it off with an oracle card for the Aquarian collective. Do keep in mind, as always, these are general readings, so take only what resonates and leave the rest. You can check out your sun, moon, rising, and north node readings for additional context and texture. And then if you'd like a personal reading, check out the links below, along with links to social media. Be sure you are connected with me, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Creators on the Crest. I run specials there. We've got all kinds of good things going on. And I want to wish all of our fellow Capricorns a happy birthday for January and some December Capricorns. We have not forgot about you, but we are celebrating with the Cappy Cap today. So having a little fun and wishing everyone who is a Cappy or has Cappy in their chart, happy Cappy energies. All right, Aquarius, let's get into your overall energy. You got watching clouds, lie back, rest, and relax. That definitely sounds like an Aquarius activity. Lie back, rest, relax, not a care in the world. Get on the hammock. I know it's cold where some of you all are at, but maybe you will get that warm day and you can get out in that sunlight and just bask in it a little bit, okay? So getting into your reading here, you are in the energy of the Three of Cups currently. Social, getting together with other people, having social gatherings or arrangements, or even just going out to coffee with a friend. That is challenged by the Three of Pentacles. More of a work environment kind of thing. And I feel like you're going through that challenge of, okay, there's authentic relationships that really like call to my heart and I feel kindred spirit with these people. And then the more forced relationships of, you know, people pleasing and commitment and maybe family members and maybe even work, community, boss, manager, other coworkers, that kind of responsibility. You're kind of conflicted with that energy right now. So some of you could really be navigating that, both of those energies. There's some relationships that feel really good. There's some that are more forced, more challenging for you. Like you have to work with these people. You have to get along with them, right? Even though everything in your body is like, no, I just don't vibe with you, right? In your needed focus, you got the Ace of Swords. If you can lie back, rest, relax, and let the universe speak to you, there is a breakthrough that the universe wants to bring. And we will have to see what that is when we clarify. But it's going to have you feeling a lot more clear. It's going to have you feeling a lot more energized. Looking into your past energies, you are completing a cycle of healing that it looks like you are almost done with, if not done. And we'll have to see what that had to do with, but it's moving you in the future into the Two of Swords energy. Now, that might seem like a little bit of a backtrack. Oh, I'm going from the Four of Swords and I've done this healing. Now I got to go back to the Two of Swords. I just think there's something that has to do with this Ace of Swords as well. You're kind of moving in and out of these ways that you think about things. And I'd like to present the Two of Swords in your future as you having a choice. Maybe you'll have a choice to make and you're not quite sure how that's going to go yet. Maybe as it relates to the completion of this healing, you have to eliminate something or someone from your life that you recognize is no longer healthy for you. And that can be a really hard thing to do. However, your place of empowered embodiment is the Hanged Man. Okay, so the Hanged Man is the number 12, or 1 + 2 is 3. And remember, you have those 3s to start yourself off. So you've got some numerology energy going on there. But the Hanged Man energy, if you can really work to lie back, relax, and look at things from a different perspective. Look how the Hanged Man extends his arms out. Now, there are some vines that are coming around the wrist here, but those are just to help. Some of you may be looking to or involving yourself in like a plant medicine kind of ritual there to help you with this. But look at the illuminated crown and what appears to be a sun here. And we've got the beautiful watching of the clouds as well. This does not mean we have our head in the clouds and we're getting all airy-fairy. This means that we are going on a clarity journey. Okay, so you're on a clarity journey. And I think that's what we'll probably title this, is your clarity journey here. All right. And yes, there's going to be some tough decisions to make in order to actually embody and begin to live from the place of clarity that you have gained and these breakthroughs that you've had. In your allies and support, you have Scorpio energy. Some of you could have a Scorpio around you, or it could be Scorpio energies in your own chart. Very deep transformation. Okay, very deep transformation. Now, on the surface here, when I first kicked off the reading, it seemed like you were kind of tiptoeing into this energy. Now that I see this, I know you're going to be going quite a bit deeper into this. So in January, this clarity journey is going to take you into transformation. It's going to take you into depths that maybe you're not used to. In your environment, you have the Strength card. This is the number 8. This is Leo energy. I feel that it is going to require you to stay strong, to stay focused, okay? Give yourself the rest and relax time, but also stay determined and committed to this clarity journey and to what you're gaining, and getting really honest with yourself about how you feel about certain people and places. In your hopes and fears, you have the Moon card. Quite a shadowy energy, maybe a little bit of a fear or the illusion of fear, illusionary kind of energy. This could be you wanting to make sure that you're breaking through that illusion and actually gaining the clarity. And here comes Blaze. Hi, Blaze. And then in your potential outcome, you get the King of Wands. So a beautiful, strong energy. Reminds me of the energy of the Strength card in your environment, right? So the King of Wands, I feel, comes into his position after you have mustered and committed and stayed determined to stay strong through these energies. So not that you're a weak person, but maybe you've had some weaknesses that people have taken advantage of in the past. So I just wanted to mention that. Okay, Aquarius, let's get some clarifiers for you here. Let's go ahead and clarify the Three of Cups energy that you're dealing with right now. Whew, you get the Eight of Swords and the Nine of Wands. Some of you could really be taking inventory on friendships and relationships at this time. Oh, I'm about to sneeze, a big sneeze. A lot of you, I think, are clearing out some energies having to do with the kinds of relationships or environments that you interact in socially. Some of them you have recognized are not really in your best interest. They've made you feel more cautious, or there's been a little bit too much of comparison energy going on. And that can stem anywhere from you're going out to bars, you know, around energy that people are inebriated and things like that, to it could be a yoga class that's like eerily and strangely competitive and it just doesn't have the right vibe for you. You're really figuring out that you have a high level of sensitivity to certain environments and certain social situations, and it looks like you're really cautious with your own self about where you're choosing to go and who you're choosing to spend time with. Because I think in the past you may have done things just to please other people and it really wasn't the right situation for you. And it looks like now you're going to start to focus on that. So definitely too, with this challenge of the Three of Pentacles, if there's these situations and people in the workplace that you don't want to be around, and then you're dealing with that in your personal life too, that can be quite the overwhelming energy, and that can feel like a really big burden in your life, right? Maybe you need a break from people altogether, a few weeks just to be by yourself, or finding moments of solitude if you can, even if you're a busy parent, right? Or a busy in the workforce, right? So for the Three of Pentacles, you get the Page of Wands and the Page of Cups. I think there's people around you in your work environment or in your career, that in that yoga class, right, that they have good intentions. They just don't know how to execute maturely upon those intentions, right? So there's a bit of in this challenge for you, you're dealing with energies that are a bit immature, and I think you're growing tired of it. Now, some of you could literally work around children, and maybe you just need some adult time, okay? Maybe you're done playing the games and singing the songs, and you just need that adult time, right? But you're showing me it's a bit challenging for you. While you might love children and you love their innocent energy and everything, you're an Aquarius, you may just need that more mature energy time to help balance that out. This could also indicate that some people you work with are younger than you, less experienced than you, or you're just not sure if they have the chops to keep up with you in the workplace. Some of you are responsible for hiring and firing, and you're kind of in that cycle of like, can I get this to work out, right? And so what I'm seeing here, Aquarius, is that there's challenges in personal relationships and challenges in professional relationships. And all of this is up for review for you at the moment. So it's like you're in this relationship review, this clarity journey, and you're really trying to vet this out for yourself. This Ace of Swords in your needed focus is clarified by another Ace of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles here. So for you to move forward with this, before you move forward in these relationships, or even making decisions about these relationships, hiring, firing, weeding people out, you know, who to keep around, who to not, you need to have a strategy, and that strategy needs to include the values that are most important to you. Because this is coming up in your needed focus, I don't think you spent enough time with this. In your overall energy, you got lie back, rest, and relax. But, and that's good advice, right? Some of the time, but some of the time we need to be taking action. What's nice about the Knight of Pentacles with the lying back, resting, and relaxing is that he's more of a strategist. He's less of an active knight where he has to immediately go out and make the decision. I think some strategy needs to be brought in. I think you're going to need to gain some really strong clarity with these double Ace of Swords about what kind of environment you want to be in, what kind of environment you're creating, where you want to be in these relationships, the kind of characteristics of the people that you want to surround yourself with. And there's some taking of the time to strategize, and then through the additional strategy or the elements that you're going to be looking at, that's where your clarity is going to come in here. So it might take place while you are on vacation or you are lying back, resting and relaxing, because it is hard to receive clarity if the mind is too busy. That Ace of Swords comes in for a lot of us when our mind is at rest and we're in a more relaxed state. That's when we get those aha moments, the breakthroughs, the downloads, right? And for you, it's combined with putting some strategy in place there. Let's look at this Four of Swords that you're leaving behind in the past. You got the Nine of Pentacles and the Two of Wands. Some of you have maybe likely recently changed over occupations, or you've quit the corporate world and you're getting into entrepreneurship. I know that journey all too well. And you're kind of waiting for things to come through with that. Maybe some of you, since this is what you're leaving behind in the past, some of you have needed some detox time. If you've left a toxic work relationship, remember I was seeing, or work environment, I was seeing that kind of come up where you're dealing with immaturity, something you'd really been challenged by. Maybe you've left that behind. And this was a very hard move for you because of the investment that you've made and all that you had grown in that direction. And I want you to consider that you can still take away the best learnings from that growth, even though you're like, wow, you know, I was like losing my soul to that, right? It wasn't lighting me up, and all it was doing was keeping me stagnant. Even in that feeling of stagnation, you had accomplished quite a few things. And so as you let this go, as you heal this up, it's good to acknowledge that for yourself, okay? So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind as you move forward. Keep that in your heart, that you can extract the gold from the experience, right? You don't have to take it all moving forward, and I don't think you will, but work on extracting the gold. What have you learned? What did it help you reflect on? Was there another area of life that it sparked your healing in, for example? Let's look at this Two of Swords in your future energies. Okay, so we have the the Five of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles with the Two of Swords. I think a lot of you Aquariuses are going to be up against some important decisions having to do with your money, your career, with your health even. Some of you have already been feeling the conflicting energies in your body somewhere. To me, it feels like a bit of a staticky kind of energy. For some of you, it may just be as simple as going to a massage therapist or a body work or a myofascial massage type situation and getting your body worked on to eliminate some of that static. Okay, so if that's something you're considering but haven't done, that could be important, because as you move forward and you get into more clarity around the decisions you'll be making for your health, for your career, for your finances, you're going to have some decisions ahead of you to make, important decisions. You want to put yourself in the best energy, and you want to carry forward the healing lessons from the past of, you know, what it was like to have to leave something behind that you poured yourself into because it wasn't right. It ended up not being right, but it was a great learning opportunity, right? So this is where clarity comes in around you being able to make the choices toward the things that are going to nurture the future that you want. Patience is implied here, right? While you're being patient and while you're nurturing these energies, make sure you're nurturing and taking care of yourself. You wouldn't want that staticky energy to interfere with your clear thinking that you've worked really hard to move into, nor would you want it to affect your body negatively. So there is some release that needs to happen with that Five of Swords that I see there. Again, it feels more like static to me. It's not feeling like a blob or a goo or anything that has like a hold, like a more, you know, tighter hold or grasp on your energies or in your physical body. It's just more of like a surface discomfort that I think can be worked through. Some of you may have dietary changes you need to make. January always seems to be the month where people are making those decisions and setting out to do things differently. Let's look at this Hanged Man in your place of empowered embodiment, and you got the Page of Swords and the Ace of Wands. There's this part of you maybe a younger version of you, if not age-wise. Like if you think about yourself at a younger age, for some of you it's that, but for others of you it's kind of like a soul memory where you're reflecting back to a younger version of yourself, and that is helping you understand why these other more immature energies that you've been exposed to or that have been in your environment have acted the way they've acted. There is this greater understanding of temper and hot tempers and what drives people to lose their temper and that kind of temper scale, right? Some people have a very long fuse, some people have a very short fuse, and I think you've encountered differences with that. Like maybe you have a longer fuse, but someone you've worked with has a shorter fuse, and you're starting to see maybe why, with this Hanged Man energy, why they behave the way they behave, right? It's not necessary for you to know that in order to transform the energies, but you're getting clarity on that anyway. And it's because of a similar energetic that once existed in you, if that makes sense. And this is all contributing to you feeling empowered in your overall situation. And having this awareness, right, is going to help you make decisions possibly about this person or these people. Let's look at your allies and support, the Death card, the Scorpio energy, clarified by the Temperance and the Hierophant. So now we have Sagittarius energy and we have Taurus energy. So we have Scorpio, Sagittarius, and Taurus energy working together for you in your support and allies. It would be really interesting to see if any of you have trines or something very interesting going on in your astrology. If you happen to have your chart, check out what's going on with Sagittarius, Scorpio, and Taurus placements there. But looking from the aspect of the card meanings, a great transformation that is taking some time, but the value in the time it's taking is bringing you such a greater connection with your own inner authority, with your own inner wisdom, with your patience with others. That is also increasing because of this greater understanding. This illumination that I'm sensing here is bringing you into a greater balance. These are all major arcana energies showing up in your allies and support. So I really, really love that. You could also, so as we're setting off the year in January, you could be looking down the pipeline. First will come, I believe, the Taurus season that we're looking at, right? The May time frame, and then Scorpio and Sagittarius later in the year, right? October, November, December, late October, November, and December, right? So you may have this kind of recycling of people coming in during those times in the calendar year. So watch out for that Taurus time in May. I think it's late April to May. And then again, late October, November, December, you may have a recycling of energies and people, or that's when some of your biggest breakthroughs are going to be integrated for the year. So kind of got a little bit of a down the road kind of vibe there for you. Let's look at this Strength card in your environment. As soon as I was looking at the Strength card and shuffling, I wanted to cough. And we got the Two of Cups and the Tower. There is a specific partnership here that may have broken down or that may be coming to an end. Let me get a sip of tea. As a result of the awarenesses that you're coming to and this clarity journey that you're on, you may have recognized that somebody that you were partnered up with, whether it be love or business, there are cups energy here. So either way, your emotions were involved in this. It had to come down. It had to be ended here. So this could be why you're going on this journey of gaining clarity, because when we figure out that something hasn't served us anymore, right, or didn't serve us in the way we thought it did, or we just outgrew it, you know, we matured beyond it, sometimes things have to break down. And so that's why that strength card, that Leo energy of staying strong, being courageous through the ending of this partnership here. It's all connected together. It's almost like a spiral where there's no beginning and end. The clarity leads to this relationship change. The relationship change leads to more clarity. This is a big part of your upward momentum, however, and your soul's evolution. Let's look at that illusionary energy of the moon that came up in your hopes and fears now. And you get the Star and the Hermit, more major arcana energies. Wow, January is going to be a really powerful month for you, Aquarius. Some of you may have the fear of being alone, or you fear loneliness, especially if you've had this partnership that has ended. However, you have your own energy here, Aquarius, shining through. I think for many of you, this is a situation where you're recognizing that it is better for you to be in relationships, romantic, work, or otherwise, that are healthy and aligned. And if they are not that it is better for you to be alone in that situation, until which time you can gain the proper clarity and move forward with a new energy, a new person. Okay, so some of you are getting comfortable with being in solitude and comfortable with your own energies. That can feel at times very unnerving, very vulnerable, and you still have this desire for partnership, for companionship, and that's fine. But I don't think you'll be settling any longer for something that's not in alignment with you, or if it only provides the illusion, right? You're not going to go with the illusion of partnership. You want the real deal, or you'll be by yourself. And you'll be your shining star that you are. Let's look at this King of Wands and the potential outcome. So remember I talked about the Strength card kind of contributing there to that seat of power. You get the Magician and the World card, more major arcana cards. You had a lot of major arcana cards come out here at the tail end of your reading here. The cycles having to do with rushing in, the cycles having to do with bypassing your own inner guidance system in relationships in particular, that is coming to an end. You are trading up the Wand of the Ether, which the Magician holds and plays with, before he's worked with the elemental energies. Okay, this is the downside of the Magician. He picks up the Wand of the Ether and starts doing magic before he's mastered the elements. Okay, same thing in relationships. When they're not in that elemental alignment, because one or both people are not in that alignment, and somebody's trading out the actual knowledge and wisdom for the fast track here, the Wand of the Ether, let me wave the magic wand and do some magic, but it's ungrounded. That's when things go out of whack, and that's what's coming to an end. You are going to trade that Wand of the Ether. You're going to come into this King energy within yourself, and you're going to hold that wand, and you're going to work with the fire energy, right? You're going to work with that transformative energy. And look how this king is not yet seated in the throne, because he knows he's learning. He's mastering something very important. And by him mastering that, he brings an old cycle to a close here. And that's what you're doing for yourself. The cycles are changing up for you. For some of you, I think the recent move of Pluto into Aquarius is also having a large effect. So check your charts on these things. I want to say for you, Aquarius, in this reading, check your charts and get a transit reading this year or something, because it's going to be important for you. Aquarius, let's get you a card to close off your reading from the Magical Drum Oracle. Aquarius, you got the number 30 card, Rajan Pardna, Son of the Creator. And hopefully I pronounced that right. Fulfillment, achievement, possibilities, and successful conclusions, completion and happiness. You carry a legacy. Yes, and you have been in this clarity journey for the month of January and possibly before. That's required you to really rest and relax into yourself in order to gain the clarity that you need about who you're going to surround yourself with, especially. This especially came up in relationships and partnerships for you, but also work environment, your relationship to your own body, to your health. You carry a legacy. There's a greater importance here that is implied that you've come to recognize within yourself through this journey of clarity. So it's okay if the month feels a little skittish, a little here and there, because you are moving into greater clarity. And it's bringing everything, all the relationships you have with yourself, with others, with environments into question. And in this journey, you are finding yourself in those deeper aspects of yourself. Aquarius, thank you so much for joining this beautiful reading today. It was my pleasure to do it, and I look forward to seeing you at the next one.